Welcome to this channel. This channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So in the past few days, I have shared two YouTube on momentum base. And due to I share these two YouTube, I got many of our Wing Chun brothers chat with me on a different perspective after our Wing Chun brothers see my YouTube. Now, I'm pretty happy that many of our Wing Chun brothers look at my YouTube and then testing it up and actually try to experience what I'm sharing. Well, that's very important because martial arts, Chinese Kung Fu, is about experience. It is not about thinking. It's not about philosophy, all those kind of stuff. You need to know what it is. Now, due to many of our Wing Chun brothers chat with me, there are three things come up in the conversations which I like to share with you that things have to change if we really want to learn Wing Chun. So in the conversation, in the chat with all our brothers on Wing Chun momentum, three things come up. One is the questions of, is Wing Chun a concept-based art? Is Wing Chun a concept-based art? The second is about the structure of Wing Chun and the mind power. Are they really Wing Chun? So today I'd like to share with you. And to share with you, we need to speak on evidence, facts, and things you can experience right now, right away, when you watch my YouTube. We don't have time. Because unless you can experience it, you don't know what it is. And it's wasting your time. So that get to the first thing. Is Wing Chun a concept-based art? If you go doing AI search, it'll tell you Wing Chun is a concept-based art. And everybody will talk about concept-based art. Well, if you look in the history, because we are really clear now on the history of Wing Chun from now, 2025 to 1850s, we're very clear who do what. If we go through the history facts, we know that the so-called concept-based art is actually a creations after Bruce Lee. Somehow people following Bruce Lee, talking philosophy, talking concept, they thought that that is the it. Bruce Lee said, flow like water, so people just follow it. So that's how the concept-based art come. The good thing for the concept-based art, the reason why it so popular is that concept-based art allow everybody to create their own stuff and call it Wing Chun. That is the reason why everybody loves the arts. So after this concept-based art idea come up, You see even in today in China, people using that term. I mean, there is copy, one guy copy another. So you have the entire thing become a concept-based art. But in the reality, it is not. You look at like MMA, like karate, like Thai boxing, like Western boxing, is it a concept-based art? No. You got many building blocks there. It's not concept-based art and philosophy, and everybody can explain or can have their opinion. So concept-based art actually is not Wing Chun. Okay? Concept-based art is not other martial arts too, like Thai boxing, like Western boxing. Concept-based art cannot apply to General Chi Chi Guang's Kung Fu, which is General Chi Chi Guang is the father of the Kung Fu Chinese martial arts, where we know in the history, he reformed the entire thing. And it is momentum-based because the Chinese, you can track it up to Sun Tzu. The Chinese, the soul, the core of Chinese in fighting is be able to create momentum, be able to use different type of the momentum, be able to take advantage of the trend of the momentum. That is Chinese culture. So, no, Wing Chun is not a concept-based art. And concept-based art is actually really misleading, and it just have a big word called concept, but it really tells nothing. Okay? That's reality, that's history. You cannot fit the MMA into concept-based art. You cannot fit Kyokushin into a concept-based art. You cannot fit Thai boxing or BJJ in a concept-based art. And you cannot fit the Chi Chi Guang's 450 years ago's MMA, quote unquote, according to the classic of Chi Chi Guang, into a concept-based art. Everything is detailed and specific, but everything is up for growth and evolve. Okay? So that has to be clear. Or else it's going to trap one in the mind and go nowhere. And that's why I shared with you just now. Whatever I say in Wing Chun has to be, you ought to be able to experience right away. Or else it's nonsense. Why? If you cannot experience right away, how can you develop it? How can you make it advance? The saying of you keep doing it and then you will get it is nonsense. The Chinese don't do that. The real Chinese don't do that. Okay? Again, this history. Now, so it comes to another two things. The structure and the mind power. Like Wing Chun be able to use the mind power and so forth. This two concepts, the structure and the mind power, is also a modern creation. It is not Chinese Kung Fu. So, structure meaning your body, structure we all know in Wing Chun and all these things. Mind power meaning you have some kinds of mysterious power. Well, let's look into something that these two, concept and practice and theory and speculation, doesn't even cover the real basic. of general Qi Ji Guang or any martial art in the world. Martial art, I mean the real deal martial art, not the woo-woo martial arts, like Tai Chi. You ask me, you question me, you challenge me right away. Hendrik, what do you mean? What do you prove? Well, I prove to you right now. You just do what I do, and you will know. That structure and that mind power cannot hold water. And also the concept of Wing Chun have a straight body, forward body Wing Chun, and the slant body Wing Chun. It doesn't hold water. Why? It's very simple. Let's look into two things. One is called statics. Static momentum. Static turn into the dynamic. Another is the dynamic momentum. It's just Newton's law, basic Newton's law. And it's just basic general Qi Ji Guang's martial art foundations. Now, let me ask you questions. If I'm standing here, and you can do that too, okay? Just make sure that do it slowly, don't do it fast, okay? So you know what I'm talking about. Now, if I stand in here, if I step forward slowly, okay? Step forward slowly. Do I feel my body is changing? And I have to be able to align, to balance this dynamic. Actually, it's equilibrium, right? So that I don't fall. Step out slowly. Now, what happened is that the same step, I need to do it fast. Now, the body has to adjust itself. And I have to be able to do that, right? Just step. The differences, go try it, the differences between slow step out and fast step out, or accelerate step out. Feel it. Feel how your body has to change. The same step, just because of the speed different, the acceleration different, how the body has to I might fall. So that's why I say, do it slowly, okay? Don't go right away out, zoom out, if your body cannot take it. The second thing is this. While I'm walking, if I speed up right away, okay? And you can do the same thing. While you're walking, you speed up right away, okay? You can see, observe how your body needs to change. Now, what if when I walk up, I step out, I walk, and instead of speed out straight line, I go here for 15 degrees, 15. So walk, and then I have to go this 15 degree, okay, with this speed. Now, for the 15 degree, if I walk, and then I go 15 degree and accelerate, what happened to this body? Can I handle it? Now, how about this? Instead of 15 degree, now I go 90 degrees. Walk, and suddenly I go 90 degrees here. Well, slowly I can do it. If I do it fast, what happened to this body? I might fall, right? If I don't know how to handle this. So, you have just simple stand still and go forward with different speed, walking, changing different angles with different speed. You can see how much your body has to change in order to handle those momentum. Because everything you walk is your body mass multiplied with your speed. Am I right? Now, let me ask you questions. If we square off 1 to 5, don't I have to be proficient with what we just go through, that basic stuff? What happens if I have no understanding or no experience on what we talked about just now? Just from still, static, go to a step out at still with different speed, and while walking, turn different angle with different speed. If I'm going to square off with my opponent, if I don't have that basic, you know it's trouble. You know it is biggest trouble because people keep changing. Even in the street, especially in the street, because you don't know what come up. Now, do you believe that I just train in this structure? I train in my mind power, my spine power. I can handle all what my opponent do if he is proficient with this momentum handling in the straight line and turning. Well, I have no idea of anything, but I just do structure there and this mind power. Obviously, you cannot. Why? Because your so-called structure and your mind power do not support what is a must needed for daily, even just daily activity or motion or momentum. So how can all the structure and the mind power is some kind of ultimate of Wing Chun, where you it is a disaster. So, I just have shared with you, proof to you, you go test it out. Will you be able to do your Xiu Lim Tao this way with the structure, with your mind power, all those kind of stuff, doing your 3 sets without momentum, but thinking about all your Qi Sao and everything, Fa Jing, and then be able to fight in a real fight? One very serious example is the Tai Chi Lei Gong, when he fought Xi Xiaodong. You see in the Chinese television show, the Lei have shown his way, how, the style of his Tai Chi, the whatever, the Ji, the Qing, all those things. Xi Xiaodong don't do much, just crush in with a straight line momentum, sending the impulse out. It's just straight line, accelerate out, as what I shared with you just now. The Tai Chi Lei completely collapsed. That's a reality. So, Wing Chun is not a concept art. Wing Chun is not a structure art, a mind power art. Wing Chun is the Chinese Kung Fu based on General Qi Ji Guang's quote-unquote MMA platform and specialized in closed body, sticking body. That's what Wing Chun is. That's why Wing Chun, as I shared with you the other day, Wing Chun have to have the proficient with the momentum, of up, down, forward, backward, twerking, and then recycling it. So now the YouTube I shared yesterday, the YKT 2, YKT drill 2, YKT drill 3, and then the recycling momentum. Wing Chun is based on that. If you don't have that, forget about it. It doesn't work. Okay? So actually, all these things have been shared for past 10 years. Because people keep in thinking. They don't go out and test it out. Like my book, The Basic Wing Chun Art and Science, has been there for 10 years. Thousands of people buy that book. And what I share with you today is actually the experiment in the chapter of momentum. Of course, they're in the chapter of force flow, all different type of Jing experiment is there. But how many really go and test it out? Actually, people are wasting their money just reading. What good is the reading and you don't know it anyway? Okay? So this is what I like to share with you. If you cannot handle this basic stuff, there's no martial art. And when somebody say, oh, Wing Chun is for street fight, not for the ring, like UFC, MMA, forget about it. We just talk very basic. Step forward, speed up, or slow. Can you handle that? When you're walking, you speed up, straight line, or 15-degree turn, speed up, or 45 or 90-degree. Can you do it? If you cannot do it, what fighting art? What fighting art? What grandmaster? What philosophy? The first thing, if you read the writing, the classic of the Xiu Lim Tao, 1850, well, it's like in my book, Basic Wing Chun Art and Science, so forth, is all over there. The first thing is say, call yourself back. If you don't call your consciousness back and awareness back, how can you see what is the reality in the ancient, what is the reality today? You can. So you have 130 years of people talk about Xiu Lim Tao, this and that. You look back right now, you track it back, none actually, none. Call themselves back or call their conscious back and look at it, say, hey, what is the ancient do? What is today's happen out there? They don't. They just go their way. And then, as what I say, when Bruce Lee come talk about his philosophy and concept, people just follow it. Oh yeah, Bruce Lee, he's God. And then suddenly, well, you know, it's a concept art. Everybody can have their concept. And then I'm going to do research in Asia, in China. You got this nonsense piled up for 130 years, and today, really pathetically, you couldn't even handle the momentum of step out, linear, or while it is dynamic, be able to turn in angles and so forth. There's the reality of Wing Chun. Who's going to fight with you with these hand techniques? Nobody's going to fight with you with this hand technique. First thing, one need to be able to handle this body. Step out with a different speed while walking, changing direction with a different speed. Not hand techniques. Hand techniques is useless. standing there with the structure, with the hand techniques, with the mind power. You're living in a movie. So this is what I like to share with you, a straight talk. If you don't go reform and change it according to what the ancestor of the Wing Chun do and what is actually the reality of the world, you know you're living in a movie. And with this, sorry to say, I did not see any grandmaster for past 130 years. Because anybody have their right mind will be able to see right away, say, man, this is a hole here. You want to compare with General Chi Chi Guang's 32 momentum, one momentum transformed to another momentum, where he fought the samurai from Japan, or his army fought the samurai from Japan? Come on.